top stories. Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew paid tribute to the labor movement during Monday's Labor Day celebrations. The National Secretariat for Human Security and Well-Being has met with the Nevis Allen administration to advance federation-wide safety initiatives. And the Medicinal Cannabis Authority says establishing the right legal framework is key to the long-term success of the industry. The details on these stories and more after the break.
This Mother's Day, get mom that wow to wear from Quartz Optical. Select frames from our 2026 collection with 50% off frames for her. And with our payment plans, you can style mom today and pay later. So come on in, find mom's wow so she can wear her wow with new frames from Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offer valid from May 1st to May 31st, 2026. Conditions apply.
It's something that you can't put into words. A buzz in the air. From the time you wake up, you're ready to go. The freedom, the fantasy, the fete. To know it is to live it and love it. You have to experience it. If you know, you know. Angostura White Oak Rum. New look, same vibes inside.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Major Newscast. I am Shaira Flanders. Nationally, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew has reaffirmed the importance of the labor movement, describing it as central to workers' rights and national development in St. Kitts and Nevis. Speaking at a Labor Day event, the Prime Minister said the movement remains a driving force for unity and progress.
Up until now, we continue to do it stronger and stronger. Without labor, there is no movement and upward mobility of our workers. Put your hands together for the labor movement. This is not just about politics. This is about a movement. You can never, ever separate the St. Kitts Nevis labor movement from Labor Day.
Dr. Drew noted that Labor Day is rooted in struggle and sacrifice and cannot be separated from the labor movement. The Prime Minister also pointed to the historical role of the movement in securing rights for workers, including the establishment of trade unions.
In 1932, this great labor movement began. It was born out of hardship, but guided by the courage of the people. It fought for the legal establishment of trade unions achieved in 1940. It fought so that workers could stand together, speak with one voice, and claim their rightful place in society. And it fought for this very day that we observe as Labor Day. So let us be clear. It is impossible to separate Labor Day from the labor movement.
Prime Minister Drew further outlined key government initiatives aimed at improving the lives of workers.
Today, our mission remains unchanged. We are committed to the advancement of workers, not alone, but through action. That is why we have increased your minimum wage, not once, but twice. And this is the movement that moves always to increase the minimum wage. We increase the minimum wage because we understand a simple truth. A strong wage is more powerful than a temporary assistance. A higher wage means a better chance to access credit, to Social Security, which means more benefit and greater financial independence. So when income is earned through work, it builds stability, it builds dignity, and it builds a secure future. Citizens and comrades, we also made education free for workers, for your children, all the way up to college. This is because the children of workers must not be limited by circumstance. They must be empowered by.
As the labor movement approaches 100 years, the Prime Minister called for continued unity and commitment to national development. And in other news, the National Secretariat for Human Security and Well-Being has held a high-level meeting with the Nevis Island Administration, or NIA, reinforcing the federal government's commitment to a federation-wide approach to safety and well-being. The St. Kitts delegation, led by Senator Iseline Phillip, co-chair of the Human Security and Well-Being Task Force, was received by Premier Mark Brantley and the Nevis Cabinet last Wednesday. Secretariat Coordinator Eartha Carey and Acting Program Director Hans Richards were also part of the delegation. Discussions covered the Secretariat's ongoing community work on Nevis and upcoming national initiatives, including the first annual Own Your Summer program. The initiative targets young people between the ages of 13 and 20 and will be delivered in partnership with businesses, sports groups, faith-based organizations, and community groups. It will offer skills development, educational support, and job placements aimed at keeping young people constructively engaged during the summer months. Both sides reaffirmed their commitment to continued collaboration, with the Secretariat emphasizing that Nevis remains a key partner in the delivery of its programs. The Secretariat's next public stakeholder engagement is scheduled for tomorrow, Wednesday, May 6th at 5:30 p.m. at the National Solid Waste Management Authority Conference Room in Taylor's Range. And in other news, the Medicinal Cannabis Authority says it is working closely with key agencies to ensure the industry is built on a strong legal foundation. Chief Executive Officer Nadiv Mills says the authority is engaging the Office of the Attorney General to help ensure all operations remain in line with the laws governing cannabis in the Federation. While the Attorney General's office is not involved in vetting applications, Mills says its role is critical in guiding the legal framework that supports the industry.
The AG isn't really part of the vetting process, but I am working with him closely in terms of interpreting the law to the best of my ability so that it serves those that it is intended to serve.
Mills says the overall goal is to establish a properly regulated industry that can safely deliver the benefits of medicinal cannabis to those who need it.
I think the aim of the medicinal cannabis industry is really to provide a legal framework for patients to access this alternative type of care, which is medicinal cannabis, for common issues. Things, for example, insomnia, loss of appetite, these type of things. We really just want to provide a safe and legal way for patients to access this type of medication. As far as the participants, the licensed operators, as long as they are following our rules that is set up by the SRO, our standards, and basically not doing anything illegal, we will support them.
He also stressed the importance of a thorough vetting process for applicants, saying taking the time to get it right is key to the industry's long-term success.
This can have detrimental effects on not just the MCA or this industry. We are governed by international treaties, and we don't want to risk, especially not our correspondent banking, by any missteps that we might take.
And after the break, the St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force has congratulated Staff Sergeant Phipps on completing a regional drill and ceremonial course, and the Ministry of Health is urging the public to make hand washing a daily habit. The details after this.
Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. If you need cash in a flash with now, no need to fuss, leave it to us. When you need cash in a flash, no need to fuss, leave it to us. Hear me now.
When life throws surprises your way, now's here to help. Whether it's for an urgent bill payment, home improvements, or unexpected health expenses, or even that last-minute holiday trip, With Now, you get cash in a flash, approved in just 24 hours.
Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now.
A loan product powered by National Bank.
At The Cable, we believe in giving back because when our community thrives, we all do. That's why, as a company, we make it our mission to touch the lives of everyone in St. Kitts. We spearheaded the renovation of JNF Hospital lobby to ensure better care for all. The Cable sponsors free Wi-Fi in every community center across St. Kitts, so no one is left behind in an increasingly connected world. We stand with communities through every moment, big or small, in culture, education, youth development, and more. Y a ti también, comunidad latina. Cuenta con nosotros. Estamos con ustedes. And when it comes to customer service, we set the standard. We're just a call, click, or visit away because you matter to us. Join the company that truly cares. The Cable. More than service. We're family. Somos familia. And we're proud to always give more where it matters.
Looking for a new vehicle? Horsford's automotive division has exactly what you need. Reliable performance, modern design, and a team committed to getting you on the road with confidence. From everyday drives to exciting upgrades, quality and service come standard. Ready to refresh your home? Visit Ashley Furniture Home Store at Horsford's. Discover statement pieces, stylish accents, and comfort designed to elevate your space instantly. Planning a project? The Building Center provides premium paints mixed to perfection and expert guidance every step of the way. Bring your ideas to life with ease. Automotive, home style, building essentials, all in one trusted destination. Make it simple. Make it smart. Experience everything Horsford's has to offer today. Try Horsford's first.
Thank you for staying with us. The St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force has congratulated Staff Sergeant Phipps on the successful completion of a regional drill and ceremonial course in Barbados. The course, hosted by the Barbados Defense Force, ran from March 16th to April 30th and brought together participants from across the Caribbean. It focused on drill and instructional techniques, ceremonial planning, and the development of leadership, discipline, and professional standards. Participants also engaged in practical exercises, including a simulated military funeral, wreath-laying ceremonies, and route marches through Bridgetown. The Defense Force says Staff Sergeant Phipps's achievement reflects dedication, professionalism, and a commitment to excellence. It added that the training will further strengthen the force's capacity to execute military and national ceremonies with precision and pride. In other news, the Ministry of Health is marking World Hand Hygiene Day with a reminder that proper hand washing remains one of the simplest and most effective ways to prevent the spread of germs. The ministry is urging the public to wash hands with soap and water before eating, before preparing food, after using the bathroom, and after coughing, sneezing, or caring for someone who is ill. Officials say making hand hygiene a daily habit is one of the most powerful steps individuals can take to protect their families and communities. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Education is warning the public that a graphic circulating on social media claiming the school cell phone policy has been cancelled is false. The ministry says the policy remains fully in effect and that no changes have been made. Official information is available through the ministry's Education Media Unit, its website at education.gov.kn, and the St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service. And coming up in regional news, Guyana has told the World Court that 70% of its territory is at stake as landmark hearings over the Essequibo dispute begin. And St. Lucian officials say a rodent was responsible for an island-wide blackout in St. Lucia last weekend. The details after the break.
drive it. There are some things in life that are worth the extra mile. Seize the moment. Capture the experience.
Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank life is nice. You can spend it when you want it, how you like, where you like. Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank life is nice. Home or away, any time of the day. Credit or debit, right in your pocket. The National Bank card, so many benefits. Oh yeah, the choice is yours. Just come and embrace it.
Live your life your way with purchases big or small. Mango, nuts, breadfruit and all.
You can spend it when you want it, how you like, where you like. Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank life is nice.
At The Cable, we believe in giving back because when our community thrives, we all do. That's why, as a company, we make it our mission to touch the lives of everyone in St. Kitts. We spearheaded the renovation of JNF Hospital lobby to ensure better care for all. The Cable sponsors free Wi-Fi in every community center across St. Kitts, so no one is left behind in an increasingly connected world. We stand with communities through every moment, big or small, in culture, education, youth development, and more. Y a ti también, comunidad latina. Cuenta con nosotros. Estamos con ustedes. And when it comes to customer service, we set the standard. We're just a call, click, or visit away because you matter to us. Join the company that truly cares. The Cable. More than service. We're family. Somos familia. And we're proud to always give more where it matters.
Welcome back. Guyana has told the International Court of Justice that 70% of its territory is at stake as historic hearings over the disputed Essequibo region got underway in The Hague on Monday. Foreign Minister Hugh Hilton told the court the dispute has been a blight on Guyana's existence as a sovereign state from its very beginning. Guyana's legal team dismissed Venezuela's arguments as not new and said they have already been rejected by the court. The Essequibo region, rich in gold, diamonds, timber, and other natural resources, sits close to massive offshore oil deposits. An 1899 arbitration decision drew the border largely in Guyana's favor. Venezuela contends that a 1966 agreement effectively nullified that ruling and has claimed the territory as its own since the Spanish colonial period. Guyana brought the case to the ICJ in 2018. The court established its jurisdiction in 2020 and in 2025 ordered Venezuela to refrain from holding elections for officials who would supposedly oversee the region. Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, has been wearing a pin in the shape of the Essequibo region during recent visits to Grenada and Barbados, a gesture that has become increasingly common among Venezuelan government officials since the removal of Nicolas Maduro from power. Venezuela will present its opening arguments on Wednesday. In other news, a rodent is responsible for last weekend's island-wide blackout in St. Lucia. Electricity provider Lucelec has confirmed. The St. Lucia Power Services Limited says a rodent came into contact with an 11 kilovolt breaker at its cul-de-sac network on May 1st, triggering automatic protection systems that shut down the entire electricity grid. Lucelec says while such incidents are rare, they are known risk in power systems worldwide. Apologizing to its customers, the power company said a full technical review is now underway to strengthen system resilience. And coming up, the World Health Organization says Real human-to-human spread of hantavirus may have occurred on a cruise ship, and India's ruling party has won a major victory in West Bengal. Stay with us.
Trust in NCI, come to NCI, protect with NCI, only NCI, always here for you, always, NCI is here for you, always, whole life, term life for your peace, healthcare, health plans, no worries, home shield coverage, you're safe, choose NCI to secure your space, life challenges will come your way, but NCI brightens your day, through your life's journey, we're here to stay, NCI will protect you all the way, whole life, term life for your peace, healthcare, health plans, no worries, home shield coverage, you're safe, choose NCI to secure your space, trust in NCI, come to NCI, protect with NCI, only NCI, always here for you, always, NCI is here for you, always.
Thank you for staying with us. The World Health Organization says there may have been rare human-to-human transmission of hantavirus on board a cruise ship where 3 passengers have died. The MV Hondius, which set sail from Argentina around a month ago, is now anchored near Cape Verde as health officials responded to the outbreak. The virus is usually spread through contact with rodents, but the WHO says in this case it may have been passed between people in close contact. 7 cases have been identified so far, including 2 confirmed infections, with testing continuing among passengers and crew. 2 crew members with respiratory symptoms are being evacuated to the Netherlands for treatment. Around 149 people from more than 20 countries remain on board under strict precautionary measures. Health teams from Cape Verde, supported by the WHO, have boarded the ship with disinfection and protective measures now in place. Officials say the risk to the wider public remains low. And India's ruling party has scored a major political win, breaking into the opposition stronghold of West Bengal. Partial results from the Election Commission show Prime Minister Narendra Modi's BJP has won at least 124 seats in the 294-member assembly, with leads in dozens more. The result marks a significant shift in a state long governed by the All India Trinamool Congress under Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, who has been in power since 2011. The BJP has never before governed West Bengal, making this a breakthrough moment for Modi's party. The election has also drawn criticism, with opposition groups raising concerns over changes to voter lists. The outcome is expected to strengthen Modi's position midway through his 3rd term, after his party was forced to rely on allies following the 2024 national election. Speaking to supporters, Modi said the results signal a new phase for the state and reflect the party's growing appeal. The defeat is seen as a setback for Banerjee, who had emerged as a key figure in efforts to unite India's fragmented opposition. And up next in sport, the SKNFA Final 4 playoffs continue Wednesday night with Keon Rockets and Old Road Jets both in action. And the Minnesota Timberwolves stunned San Antonio despite a record-breaking performance from Wembanyama. Stay tuned.
Trust in NCI, come to NCI, protect with NCI, only NCI, always here for you, always, NCI is here for you, always, whole life, term life for your peace, healthcare, health plans, no worries, home shield coverage, you're safe, choose NCI to secure your space, life challenges will come your way, but NCI brightens your day, through your life's journey, we're here to stay, NCI will protect you all the way, whole life, term life for your peace, healthcare, health plans, no worries,
First up in sports, the race for the SKNFA Premier League title continues on Wednesday night with match day 2 of the Final Four playoffs at the NGB Technical Center. At 6 p.m., leaders Keon Rockets, fresh off their opening win over Newtown United, take on St. Peter's, who are still searching for their first points of the competition. Then at 8 p.m., regular season champions Old Road Jets will look to extend their unbeaten run as they face Newtown United. Newtown, currently third in the standings, will be aiming to bounce back and keep their title hopes alive. Keon leads the table, followed by Old Road in second, with Newtown third and St. Peter's fourth. Meanwhile, a record-breaking defensive performance from Victor Wembanyama was not enough to prevent the Minnesota Timberwolves taking a 1-0 lead against the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA's conference semifinals. Wembanyama made 12 blocks, a record for the NBA playoffs, but Minnesota, 6th seed in the Western Conference, upset 2nd seed San Antonio by claiming a 104-102 win on the road on Monday. The Defensive Player of the Year added 11 points and 15 rebounds, becoming the third player to get a triple-double in the playoffs, including blocks since the league began tracking blocks in 1973-74. Anthony Edwards returned from a knee injury for the Timberwolves and scored 18 points from the bench as they held on to win the opening game of the best-of-7 series. San Antonio remain at home for Game 2 on Wednesday. And when we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines.
Yeah, man. Another day in the books. Well, hello there. Ooh, she pretty from head to toe, and are you ready to go? Wait there. Whew. Can't afford to slip up. Not even in my dreams.
Recapping the top stories, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew paid tribute to the labor movement during Monday's Labor Day celebrations. The National Secretariat for Human Security and Well-being has met with the Nevis Island Administration to advance federation-wide safety initiatives. And the Medicinal Cannabis Authority says establishing the right legal framework is key to the long-term success of the industry. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Major Newscast. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've been your presenter, Shaira Flanders. Have a good one.